You're listening to Snippets from the Summit with your host, Scott McKay.
All right, gentlemen, this is your main man, Scott McKay, coming at you again with another episode of Snippets from the Summit from the Mountaintop Podcast. Today we're going to talk about something really super annoying, and if you can wrap your head around it and you can stop this habit, if you happen to be letting it leak into your life, you're going to make your road to success with women a lot easier for yourself. Okay, here's what happens. You guys are sending me articles, reports. Sometimes you guys are sending me peer-reviewed studies that say women don't like men like you. They don't like short guys. They don't like foreign guys. They don't like guys of this race. They don't like guys who speak this language. They don't like guys who make this much money. All right, here's the deal. Anytime you as an individual man with your own identity, with your own brand, with your own grip of who the hell you are in this world, starts comparing yourself to the masses, in other words, all the guys in general, and you start reading about what women have to say about men in general, what you're doing is you're cheapening yourself, you're getting your mindset all out of whack. The next thing you know, you're going to think less of yourself because you're branding yourself, you're considering yourself, you're valuing yourself, not as an individual, but as literally part of this faceless herd. So whatever happens when we start reading and assimilating these reports and these studies and, God forbid, these trashy magazine articles that are nothing more than clickbait out there and start personalizing all those statistics, all of those general statements women seem to be making out there about what they want in a man, what you're doing is you're slipping into that mode where you're going to reject yourself because of what you've read, what's been thrust upon you by, media out there, before women even get a chance. Okay? Who you are, doing the best with what you have, being well put together, all of that is well under your control, as is just about every hard skill or even soft skill there is when it comes to getting better with women. Your style, your presentation, your ability to start conversations and continue them, how you carry yourself, how you move, your sense of humor, how well you make a woman feel safe and comfortable. Gentlemen, all those and a whole litany of other skills that we've talked about time and time again around here are all learned skills. Sometimes switches you can flip immediately and make a decision to do different and be better as a man. Sometimes they're habits you have to build over a few weeks or even a few months, but they are all under your control. Gentlemen, let me give you a very clear analogy here. Have you ever started having symptoms and you made the brutal mistake of going on to, say, WebMD to figure out what the hell's wrong with you? Guys, if you've been sweating a little bit more lately, or you've got a little ache or a pain here, or, your stomach's been upset more often than usual, or you've got a little bump on your arm, after you've been on WebMD, your face turns white and you're sure you're dying of some horrible disease. I mean, shout me down if I'm wrong about this. It is a huge mistake to go on WebMD when you have a symptom, because the next thing you know, you're going to be even more worried, more distraught, and more freaked out than if you would have just, at the very least, given it a few days to go away or just gone to see a doctor. Gentlemen, this is exactly what goes on when you indulge in all these online resources, these studies, these articles from Cosmopolitan magazine that tell you what women want, because all you're going to read is the part where women don't want you. It's human nature. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not even your fault. The only thing that is your fault, and my fault if I do it also, is going online looking for this kind of trouble, okay? Guys, reading these articles, looking up these studies is going to result in bad, negative reinforcement. It's never going to lead to anything good. I suppose there are exceptions, but the irony there is nobody who's doing well with women for any reason whatsoever, whether it's learned skill or they've won the genetic lottery or whatever, is going looking for reasons why they're succeeding, especially if they're only going to encounter reasons why they shouldn't be succeeding, right? They're there. They've raked it into the barn. They don't have any problems. Every single time, it's those of us who are struggling in a particular area of our lives. If it's medical symptoms, we can't help ourselves and we go to WebMD, right? If it's symptoms related to not succeeding with women, We go online and look for trouble there too, but trouble it is indeed. Gentlemen, give yourself a break. Stop focusing on what everybody thinks about literally the entire faceless herd of men out there and assigning yourself to being a face in the crowd. Stop doing it. Focus on who you are. Be the best man you can possibly be. Do your best with what you got. And guess what? You are going to have better women in your life. And you'll have a grip on exactly the kind of woman you want and how to attract her because you'll be the kind of man you're capable of being. Want to talk about this or anything else? Scott at mountaintoppodcast.com. Be good out there.
As always, visit mountaintoppodcast.com for more.